Hi, my name is Julio Rivera. I'm an activist, journalist, adventurer, veteran, television presenter, and businessman. I've covered many of the major historical events going on around the world over the past several years, and after watching regime changes, conflict, and historic elections globally, I've come to the conclusion that the most underreported crisis in the world today can be defined in only one word: malware. That's why I've decided to dedicate my time to educating people everywhere and exposing the dangers that exist on the devices that we've become tethered to and depend on for so many reasons in our day-to-day life. Welcome to This Week in Malware. On This Week in Malware, we'll be covering MPPQ Ransomware is yet another member of the STOP-Djvu family. Crystal Ransomware locks data using the AES and RSA encryptions, and QSCX Ransomware demands $980 from victims. The ransomware pandemic is not about to dwindle down, and there's more infections to look out for. For instance, MPPQ Ransomware is another ransomware infection that belongs to the popular STOP, aka STOP-Djvu ransomware family that initially appeared in 2018. Upon infection, MPPQ Ransomware will scan the computer and encrypt the user's file using the RSA encryption algorithm. Then the malware appends the .mpqq file extension to the encrypted files and drops a ransom note that demands $980 to restore files. The hackers are also willing to cut that payment by 50% to $490 if they receive communication from their victims within the first 72 hours after infection. The hackers provide 2 email addresses, which you can see on the screen, and in addition, victims can attach a single non-critical file to their email message that allegedly will be decrypted for free as proof that the remaining files can be restored as well. The full text of the MPPQ ransomware ransom note reads, "Attention! Don't worry, you can return all your files. All your files like pictures, databases, documents, and other important are encrypted with the strongest encryption and unique key." You can see the rest of the note on the screen. As always, we do not recommend paying the ransom and would offer that the best prevention of MPPQ ransomware comes with arming your computer with a reputable malware remediation tool. Also, remember to keep copies of important photos, documents, and other personal files safe using cloud storage or secure external drives. If you have backups, you will not need to fear losing important files in case ransomware attacks again. Crystal Ransomware is an encryption Trojan targeting computer users in Europe and the United States. It spreads mainly via email phishing campaigns to trick victims into downloading the infection onto their computers. The spam email messages associated with Crystal Ransomware are disguised as messages from legitimate companies and websites, and they deliver a corrupted Microsoft Word file. This file contains macro scripts written using the Microsoft.NET framework and infect most versions of Microsoft OS going back to Windows XP and Windows Vista. Crystal Ransomware uses a combination of the AES and RSA encryption algorithms. It marks encrypted files with the .crystal file extension, which is added to the end of each affected file. Once Crystal Ransomware encrypts a file, it is no longer recoverable without the hacker's coded decryption key. Crystal Ransomware also adds 32 bytes to the affected file's header, making the affected file's size slightly larger. Crystal Ransomware targets various file types, including the following: AVI, CDR, CSS, CSV, DAT, DB, and other well-known file extensions. It also attacks these other file types that you see on the screen. Crystal Ransomware will not encrypt files that Windows requires to function, since they are necessary for the computer to work properly. Without them, you wouldn't be able to contact the ransomware operators. The best way to protect yourself from Crystal ransomware is to leverage a reputable malware remediation tool. Users should also maintain offline backups of their files in the event that they are infected. Ransomware is a malicious software that infects a computer or restricts access to it until the victim pays a ransom. Ransomware can spread via malicious links, file attachments, and even bundled software using files, network shares, or removable drives as infection vectors. There are also fileless versions of ransomware that don't require any infection vector and use built-in Windows tools to directly encrypt the victim's files. QSCX Ransomware is another ransomware strain that is part of the prolific STOP-Djvu ransomware family and can successfully block you from accessing your files. This ransomware infects PCs and locks users' files that include Word documents, music, picture, and video folders, and then demands a ransom of $980 to decrypt the data. The files that QSCX Ransomware encrypts receive the .QSCX extension, and victims cannot access these files until the required decryption key or software is activated. A ransom note is also left on the computer's desktop that is titled _readme.txt. The note instructs the victims to contact the hackers via the emails on the screen. Users must make payments of either $980 or $490 in Bitcoin, depending on whether the contact is made within the first 72 hours after infection. QSCX Ransomware bears a very strong resemblance to other malware strains within the STOP-Djvu ransomware family in that it employs the RSA 2048 military force coding system. Similar to other ransomware, the owners of QSCX Ransomware offer to decrypt one file for free to prove that they can actually unlock the victim's files. How can I prevent infection with QSCX Ransomware? The best ways to protect yourself from a ransomware infection are backing up your data, so if you ever get infected, you don't lose your data, running an anti-malware program and making sure it's always up to date, employing the use of a firewall, and keeping your operating system up to date. You know, as I think about the dangers that exist online, not unlike the subjects we learned about in this video, I know I feel a lot better having an anti-malware program like SpyHunter installed in my PC, providing me the protection I need against malware, and I think you should too. SpyHunter 5's strongest features are found in its malware repair capabilities. SpyHunter 5's remediation algorithms dive deep into your system to remove and address complex malware issues affecting PCs today. While many anti-malware products only flag and quarantine malware and ultimately fail to fully remediate the root problem, the SpyHunter 5 remediation algorithm detects, quarantines, and programmatically repairs malware problems on your PC. SpyHunter 5 is a powerful PC utility that repairs malware threats in many cases where other competing anti-malware and antivirus programs may fail. To detect and remove malware for free, go to enigmasoftware.com and download SpyHunter today. Thanks for watching.